Why? Why? Cyberpunk 2077 is the most disappointing game of 2020. It is not entirely bad, but it failed to live up to the unreasonable expectations set by CD Projekt Red and the consumers. This game reminds me of when Destiny and No Man's Sky first came out. Just like Cyberpunk, they were hyped to unrealistic levels, and when the developer was not able to achieve these impossible promises, all the Redditors got mad and the YouTubers made videos about how the game sucks. Wait a second. My problems with Cyberpunk 2077 are not purely because of the bugs. These will eventually be fixed and will have no impact on my critique. My issues go a lot deeper than that. Cyberpunk 2077 is unfocused and tries to be so many different things and do so much that it does not get any particular thing perfect. An immediate example of this is combat. The combat in this game is shameful. When I shoot someone in Cyberpunk 2077, I go, bruh. There was actually this quite obscure game that came out in 1993 that did this a lot better. A lot of you probably haven't heard of it. It was a game called Doom! They actually spelled it in capital letters because you have to scream out the game's title every time you say it. Doom has combat that makes you go, oh yeah.
Here we are with Doom. This isn't really what I remember of it. Oh yes, the safe space for all you snowflakes. Democrats, all a bunch of snowflakes. Hey, Trump steaks. They are the world's greatest steaks. What can you say? Wait a second. Lion Ted's Casino, trusted by the GOP? I don't think so. Kill them all. Lights out, Mother Scratcher. Wait, what is this? I don't recognize this.
You're fired.
Yeah, this is the Doom I remember.
You're fired.
We need to build a wall. And Mexico is going to pay for the wall. I have tremendous respect for women. I'm intelligent. Some people would say I'm very, very, very intelligent. Nobody has better respect for intelligence than Donald Trump. There was no collusion. Everybody knows there was no collusion. Democrats can't find a smoking gun tying the Trump campaign to Russia after James Comey's testimony. No smoking gun, no collusion. If Hillary Clinton can't satisfy her husband, what makes you think she can satisfy America? Well, I do think there's blame, yes. I think there's blame on both sides. You look at both sides, I think there's blame on both sides. I think both sides were to blame for this, both sides were to blame. Both sides were to blame. That's why I shot him. Both sides were to blame, I feel like. Here we are about to give my inaugural address. What? No way.
We respect our
Bernie Sanders.
Protest. Expect more attacks, Mr. Trump.
How could you do this to me, Sanders? Not like this. No, not like this.
That thing bleeding to the, you know what I mean?
Walkie slush.
That thing bleeding, P.
Man, I really lost focus there, didn't I? Almost like Cyberpunk 2077's story. You see what I did there? Did you like it? Did you guys like that? Cyberpunk's story is widely uninteresting and messy. It has the exact problems The Witcher 3 does. People will not stop talking. Don't get me wrong, the writing is excellent, but the problem is they keep throwing in new characters and barely give them any development, making the story more and more boring as it continues. Games like Persona 4 did this so much better in the past. You would focus on a small group of characters, and then more characters would become introduced slowly. There are standout characters, however, that save the plot from becoming too draining. Johnny Silverhand is probably one of my favorite characters from a video game in general. It's a role that Keanu Reeves has never really been seen in, which is a total selfish douchebag. He influenced most of my choices throughout the story, mostly because I like Keanu Reeves. He could say, "Kill a dog," and I would strongly consider it because, damn, he was really good in The Matrix. This is a genius effect that makes sense even for your main character, since he likely looks up to Johnny Silverhand's success in Night City. Jackie is also a fantastic character, and his fate sincerely left an effect on me. The overall plot would have benefited from Jackie's story taking place at the end of the game rather than the start. This is because the end of the game pulls some Halo 2 bull and does not give a satisfying conclusion, no matter what ending you get roped into. The prologue of the game with Jackie is the best part about this game, and everything after does not compare. It was the one part of the game that there was focus, and it leads to a phenomenal inciting incident. After the prologue, CD Projekt Red was like, screw this entire game. Now you get phone calls from people you don't know every 10 minutes. The best parts about Cyberpunk 2077 are the atmosphere and the music. Night City is so well realized and is quite literally one of the best open world environments ever created. Crowds are dense, and the whole city is so large that it is easy to get lost. I still could not give you the direction to a specific location in the city off the top of my head, and that's impressive. The music does not miss. I spent my long car rides listening to the Dirge, which is the hip-hop station and the best radio station. Instead of pursuing missions, I would often stop in my car and just start head-bopping to these sick beats. They even got A$AP Rocky on the track on here. He comes up in there like, I break the law, I take what's mine and take some more. A$AP Rocky will still be alive in 2077, and he doesn't sound a day over 30. A truly impressive feat. It is hard not to recommend Cyberpunk 2077 despite its issues. There's a lot to appreciate, and it's definitely a game that everyone should experience at least once. Maybe wait for a sale on this one. For now, I'm giving Cyberpunk 2077 a 5 out of 10, because I enjoyed at least half the game. Thanks for watching this video, and be sure to subscribe, hit the bell.